Ideal conditions, slight breeze, dry underfoot, the Headingley pitch restored to its usual good order after the rain of all recent weeks, and two of the strongest sides in the game to entertainers, and certainly one here who carried the proud name of Yorkshire, John Joyner, 17 years here with Castleford, leading out Kevin Beardmore, Kevin Ward and Keith England, Ketteridge, a very, very strong pack, and I think we'll see the main thrust from this Castleford side coming from this very big, powerful pack. But of course, the Wigan side in top form this season under the new coach, John Mooney from Parramatta. And here they come, Wigan. Ellery Hanley, MBE, joins people like Neil Fox, Eric Ashton and Roger Millwall being honoured in the Queen's list. And some wonderful games we've seen this man put on for us here on Grandstand. Now, thankfully restored to full fitness. Wigan fielding a side very much near their full-strength outfit. Joe Lydon recovered from his ankle strain. Kevin Iro at last shaken off the effects of flu. Martin Dermott rid of that troublesome hamstring injury. And skipper Ellery Hanley returning for only his second match of the season. A lot of trouble with that pelvic strain for Hanley. But Castleford coach Darrell van der Velde springs a huge surprise. The inclusion there at number 6 of Australian halfback Gary French. His name never appeared on the programme this morning, but a good display in the Alliance League match last night has shown that he's gone back to full recovery from a fractured cheekbone. But it's that pack where I think the trouble for Wigan will come. And very firm pitch, greasy, a little on top. I was talking to groundsman Keith Boyce and he's took a lot of rain off it, and certainly it'll suit lads like this. Mark Preston roaring away in the try-scoring charts. At last, one wingman who's beginning to compete with Martin O'Fire. Ex-England B Rugby Union wing, settled into his rugby league career very, very quickly. And Hanley and Joyner, old friends, old tourist colleagues, and referee Robin Whitfield. We saw brother Colin in action last week for Halifax, and Robin, a player himself and one of our most successful referees in the 80s. But surprisingly, his first Regal Trophy semi-final. And if anything, Peter, a very slight breeze favouring Wigan in this first half.
There is, looking at the grandstand flag, Ray, and Wigan looking a very strong outfit, but I don't think it has to be forgotten that the last team to beat Wigan in a league match was Castleford, and so I think Castleford will be full of pride and joy today, playing in this semi-final and going on to the big one in a week or so's time.
And Joe Lydon, as I said, recovered from that ankle injury which he incurred on Boxing Day. So we're away in this second semi-final here at Headingley. Two teams looking for the right to meet Halifax in the final here in a fortnight's time. And as you said, Peter, Castleford were the last team to beat Wigan, and they can play some wonderful rugby, can't they?
They can. They've got a good forward set up, very strong forward. You'll see them come charging into the Wigan tacklers, trying to make that headway, and then Joyner stepping in late, moving the ball wide and hoping to get some tries from these three quarters. St John Ellis has scored quite a few tries for Castleford on the wing.
Joe Lydon. I wonder if he's as nervous as he was with us last week when he was sitting in your spot, Peter. He seems at home, doesn't he?
Well, there'll be more at home, I think, on the field, Ray, which I think players usually are.
So Wigan then the holders of this trophy, beating Widnes 12 points to 6 last season. And one player there, number 4, Dean Bell, really hitting top form, this Kiwi New Zealander, about to sign a new contract with Wigan. To Lydon again. That's a tricky kick. Larder beaten by the bounce. But of course the Wigan players can't encroach more than that 5 yards until Larder moved. Well caught by Lydon. Castleford. That's a good ball to Hanley. Not fully fit yet, Ellery Hanley. Still in some pain with this pelvic strain, but playing through it. Wigan looking for the early try. To Gregory. Shelford. And that's a mighty clash between these two. Great Britain prop there, Kevin Ward for Castleford, and the Kiwi prop Shelford. Oh! Little Gregory caught it, but a knock-on. Well, everybody seemed to stand around there, Peter.
Well, I think they're waiting for it to bounce because the rest of the Wigan players were offside, Ray. And Gregory, though, following up, got first to the ball.
So Castleford coming away with it. Kevin Beardmore. Castleford only been in one of these finals 13 years ago when they beat then second division Blackpool Borough. Ward. Not very often we see this man, number 12 for Castleford, in the second row. Usually the Castleford and Great Britain prop. And a penalty there by Mr. Whitfield, adjudging that the Wigan players were not in a straight line behind. He's signalling that one player was to the left. And of course, if a player isn't immediately behind the marker, Peter, it gives him an advantage in defence, doesn't it?
It does. He's 2 or 3 yards closer to the acting half-back position, and he can get to the ball man very, very quickly.
Ketteridge. Castleford, as Peter said, using this pack in short bursts, coming up first receiver, Kevin Ward. Swats off little Andy Gregory. Kevin Iro. Not seen a lot of this lad in the Wigan colours this season, of course. Been very heavily involved with the New Zealand tour. John Wayne. Looking to pass the ball there, one-handed, that number 10. Gregory, that's a kick, that's a punishing kick. Well, this is an interesting tactic, Peter, a bit like the old days of 34 years ago.
When the forwards are upfield, they can kick and pen back the opposition. I think that's what both teams intend on doing, tying the opposition back in defensive positions.
Preston. Very quick, very nimble, this number 5 for Wigan. That's a good ball to Wayne. Not the support there. Wigan forwards, I think, a little at fault, not backing up. Platt. Gregory again at the first receiver, making the play. Always Gregory or Edwards in midfield here, this Great Britain half-back pair. Now Edwards' turn. And Larder electing to run this time. I think we'll see a lot of kicking. 2 Australian coaches, Darryl van der Velde for Castleford, John Mooney for Wigan. They like to employ this sort of kicking game, don't they?
They do. I think in that fair, Wigan might come off best because Larder is not the fastest man in the business, but on attack is very good at linking with the 3 quarters and going in from short range, scoring a few tries.
To Ketteridge again. Normally a good kicker. Well, play on, says Mr. Whitfield. He's quite right. And well done by Sean Irwin there. 20 years of age, this other youngster off the Castleford production line. Good run again there by Keith England. A lot of work needed from Kevin Ward and Ketteridge, 11 and 12 in that Castleford pack. Mr. Whitfield, just wanting them in parallel to the touchlines. Edwards, that's a good ball to Iro. Oh, I think he should have let it go then, Peter.
Yes, he'd have had his centre and wing went away on this side of the field, Ray. Bit selfish there in Iro.
Shelford's turn to crash in now. That's a powerful run. A 16 stone meeting 16 stone here. No place for faint hearts. He looks as though he's saying a prayer, Andy Gregory then. Lydon. Grant Anderson, number 5 for Castleford, coming in midfield there, just letting his pack get back. Ward again. Joyner, Ketteridge. Oh, that's a bad pass. And Dermot, he's away, he's got Edwards with him. But a good recovery tackle from John Joyner. Good cover tackle there from that Castleford number 6. But it sets Wigan on the attack. Gregory to Betts. Good tackle by Sean Irwin. Hanley. Looking to force his way through. Of course, Hanley will not quite be at that sort of speed off the mark that he usually is. Gregory, that's a good ball to Shelford. The little Gary Finch there, hanging on for grim death. Wayne. And now the Wigan pack getting to grips with the game. Oh, that's a good move. It's a try. Joe Lydon. I saw him score one, similar one off Dean Bell on Boxing Day. The grubber kick from Gregory, perfectly placed, and Lydon had the pace to be there first. Wigan 4, Castleford 0.
Strong play put Wigan in a very good position. And watch this grubber kick from Gregory. Beautifully placed over the try line. Not a Castleford man returning to save the try. And Lydon pleased with himself. Poor Castleford play there.
Very dangerous footballer, Joe Lydon, coming in from full-back. Steve Hampson, of course, the regular full-back, out in suspension. But Lydon, that pace coming in. And a successful goal kicker. 2 points, so good start for Wigan. 6 points to 0, and all 6 points coming from Joe Lydon. So, Castleford now with plenty to do, and they must keep a grip of this lad. As I said, did suffer ankle ligament trouble against St Helens on Boxing Day, came off after 25 minutes, but now looks to be running well. His 10th try of the season. Betts, a youngster in this Wigan pack. Dennis Betts. Preston. Just 11 minutes gone. 6 points to 0 for Wigan. Wayne. Wigan also the league leaders in Division 1. Certainly peppering Larder with these high kicks. He's up to them though. But the significant factor, Peter, is the defenders coming up for Wigan, isn't it? Pinning Castleford in this half.
It is. Lydon has a tremendous boot on him. When he puts the ball 50, 60 yards down the field, he gives it height, plenty of time for his defenders to get upfield and tie this Larder down. And Larder's not the fastest fullback in the business, Ray. And I think that Wigan have done the homework on him.
Joyner. Ward again. England. Perhaps Castleford, Peter, at the moment concentrates a little bit too much on this pack.
They are. They're allowing the forward rushes and they're not getting the balls, giving it any space and letting their backs make any headway at all.
Marshall. That's a good ball. To Platt. The support just not there. Already, ominously for Castleford, gaps beginning to appear on these outside. Betts again. Product of the Lee Rangers Amateur Club. Still at Pendleton College in Salford. Well taken. And that's about the 6th kick we've seen from Leiden, putting pressure. Well, I wonder what Darryl van der Velde, what would you think of a kick like that?
He'll certainly not be very pleased at the way that his team are giving balls away in dangerous positions. In other words, they're giving them away and setting Wigan's attack up in their 30-yard area.
And you don't normally do little chip kicks in your own 25, do you, Peter?
No, I think he saw too many men coming from Rain. He tried what we call the impossible. He's not playing the percentages at all there.
Platt. Gregory, spotted the gap. Takes some putting down, this lad. Junky little lad, very powerful upper body strength. To Hanley. Got the ball out well. Darryl van der Velde certainly looks to have problems there on the Castleford bench. And Larder's missed it. It's all on. Betts must surely score. He does. He's over. This young second row, 20 years of age. Still, as I said, at Pendleton College, studying his psychology and biology. But he knows what to do with a rugby ball in his hands. 10 points to 0 for Wigan, and really a tragic mistake there from fullback Steve Larder.
Another Wigan move here, and the ploy is on 4th and 5th tackles. Put the ball high. There the ball goes to Larder, who's not been confident with these balls yet. And watch here at this tragic mistake for Castleford. Into his hands and out, and Dennis Betts picks it up, evades St John Ellis, and an easy try to the post.
Yes, I think, as you said, Peters, John Mooney's been doing his homework, hasn't he?
He certainly has, and this is one of the things with Larder at fullback.
And Leiden, an easy attempt, his second goal of the match, his 47th of the season, 12-0 to Wigan.
There we are, Larder going for the ball, into his hands and through them. Fatal, but he's under pressure there from a Wigan player, and that probably took his eye off the ball for Betts to get an easy try.
And the point was, Peter, that once you actually touch the ball, the other players are played onside.
They're all played onside that surround you, so long as they're not moving forward and encroaching on you, Ray, yes.
So Castleford really got to get their act together. And really, Peter, they could do with pulling these two wingmen back deep, couldn't they, to help Larder out?
Well, certainly one of the wingmen could drop back, Ray, and give him a hand and be ready there to receive a pass from him when he gets the ball, because he's not very quick at all, not in a defensive situation.
Wayne again, good burst. And this Wigan pack now beginning to drive, equal to the strength of the Castleford pack. Well spotted by Dermot, he saw Ketteridge move away. And the 6th tackle. Offside. Ron Gibbs, the Castleford number 13, offside. Wigan here in total control, mainly thanks to the kicking of this man, Joe Lydon, and that's another good field kick. Wigan 4 times winners of this trophy. Leeds, Hull KR, Warrington and Widnes all felt the strength of this Wigan outfit in a final. Joyner. Now, can Castleford do something with this ball? They need points, trailing 12 points to 0. To Sampson. But there's not much variety in the Castleford play at the moment, Peter.
No, I think they're coming on at a time and they're hoping these big forwards can crash their way through. Now here's one that can go through. Look at the running of this big fella.
Kevin Ward now then, looking for the ball. Oh, he's got it away. It's a chase, but I think Iro has him. Good play by Castleford and Grant Anderson there. So Castleford now on the attack and with an overlap. Gibbs to Ketteridge. And the 6th tackle. Larder trying the kick. Played on well by Larder. Irwin gets it away. Oh, he's dropped it. Perhaps a half chance there to St John Ellis. You only get half chances against Wigan and you've got to take them. But at last, some sense of form, some good play from Castleford, the sort of rugby we know they're capable of.
And here we have Castleford with a chance here, a long ball over the top to St John Ellis. Hold the ball slightly behind him, very unlucky not to get that ball in front of him.
But at least that's warmed the Castleford fans up, roaring their favourites on now. Dermot to Hanley. Well, Ellery Hanley wanted to get the game underway. Keith England lying on him. Oh, good pass from Gregory to Edwards. His partner in crime. He's got Preston now on the outside. Oh, he's beat those 2 men beautifully. The chip. Is he obstructed? Yes. And he's sending him off. It looks as if it's Ian. No, Ian Bragg's come up with the ball. It's Steve Larder for the sin bin. 10 minutes for the sin bin. Definite obstruction. I should think Larder's a little frustrated at what's happened in these opening 20 minutes.
And a brilliant run here by Preston, who chips over his man and Larder deliberately obstructs him. And referee Whitfield cannot help but send him off for 10 minutes. Deliberate foul play.
And I think Mr. Larder knows exactly what's happened. And the penalty to Joe Lydon. Very firm decision there, Peter, from Robin Whitfield.
Yes, and I think Larder just withdrew his elbow at the last minute. Here we get Preston, who chips over. Shrewd move. Larder reaches out his hand, then the shoulder. He was going to hook him there, but decided that he wouldn't do that.
So another chance for Joe Lydon. Not the easiest of kicks, this. 23 yards out. But it's accurate. Another 2 points then to Lydon. 14 points to 0 now for Wigan. And really a silly 2 points for Castleford to give away. And Darryl van der Velde on the left of our screens, the Castleford coach, and looks very glum indeed. I'm sure he's wondering, how can I beat this Wigan side? And they are a powerful side, Peter, aren't they?
They are, very good side. They've got some good reserves as well, Ray, that when they come into the team, they don't make the team weaker. They retain the strength throughout the side.
Castleford, a renowned footballing outfit. Still plenty of time to come back in this game. Enough talent in this Castleford side. Penalty. Yes. A penalty to Castleford, pushing up the play of the ball. That was one of the directives given out by Fred Lindop, the referee's control at the beginning of this season, that the person playing the ball must not move forward and push the marker out of the way. Little Andy Gregory having a friendly argument with Mr. Whitfield, but nevertheless. Just 17 minutes left in this first half, and I think Castleford, Martin Kettridge opting to get some points. Oh, and he doesn't. A bad miss. Well, Peter, when you go for goal at this stage, you must kick those goals, mustn't you?
You must. You need the lift. The team need enough to get a score on the sheet, Ray. And when you know you've got some points up, you think you can get more. And that was a very slack kick by Kettridge.
Otherwise, you've wasted the sequence of 6 tackles, haven't you?
Exactly, and you've got the ball well downfield as well, out of harm's way.
Sean Irwin. England. Yet another of the Castleford coach. Castleford, renowned in past seasons for developing their own players. St. John Ellis. Oh, that's a bad kick, but that was a good chase by Gregory to Bell. Betts. Not really the forward to be taking there at first receiver. Prop forwards needed. Platt. Dermot. Oh, well picked up. Betts again. Bell looking to get the ball away to Preston. Well, he gets the ball away, but it's a knock-on. Good tackle by number 13 there, Ronnie Gibbs. Ex-Gold Coast player in Australia, used to playing in much warmer conditions than this. And Gary French at last gets it away. Joyner. Hanley, very, very quick out of the scrum there at loose forward. Sampson. Ward again, trying to launch himself. Gary French. That's a good ball to Gibbs. But again, I think what we needed there, Peter, was the man in support, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. There's one man short at the moment, Ray, and that's why Gibbs is playing out into the centre. But John Joyner stepping in now a little bit more at first player and moving the ball out a little bit wide. There he got Gibbs and French running. And I think that Castleford have got to do more of that, because that's where they can take Wigan on.
Platt. Oh, good run by Gregory. He wants Preston inside him, he's staying outside. Good tackle. Very dangerous wingman, this number 5. Wigan, of course, a great history of wingmen stemming back from
Here we have Gregory running brilliantly between about 4 Castleford players and setting off this fast and skillful wingman of Wigan's, Preston, who'll go down the touchline side, and a crashing tackle there by St John Ellis just brought him to a halt.
Gary French, this is one player, this little ex-Brisbane Broncos half-back, who really has got to start moving the ball around for Castleford. And well covered by St John Ellis. Been a good buy from York, this lad, for £30,000. And a good tackle again from French. Certainly Castleford have got to keep Wigan down here, get the ball, and then let French and Joyner spread it around. Still 14 points to 0 for Wigan. The try and 3 goals to Joe Lydon. The try to Dennis Betts. And just 12 minutes to go in this first half. Again, another one of those towering kicks, all well taken by Anderson. And Wigan, from one kick, Peter, clear 50 yards.
That's right, Lydon's a tremendous kicker of the ball and can put him under pressure. Anderson took it well there and made a good 30 yards, but not being a winger and have all the pace that he requires, made good distance, Ray, but couldn't go all the way. And that's terrible play on Castleford's part. They're putting a lot of balls down and giving Wigan easy possession.
Wayne, that's a good one to Betts. Wigan certainly not concentrating on a packed game with Castleford, moving it wide to Hanley. Bell. Well, referee Robin Whitfield trying to play advantage, but of course it could not be advantage to Wigan. They made the initial knock-on. Well, I don't know what Ellery Hanley's doing, but I don't think he was too happy with that. England. Now then, this is what Castleford need. John Joyner, that first receiver, distributing the ball as he can do. Very skillful player, this lad. 17 years with this club, 3 Great Britain tours. French. Ian Bragger. Well, I think Ellery Hanley knew better than to clash with Kevin Ward.
It was going to take him a bit early there, Ray, and he saw that the ball didn't arrive, so he thought, well, I'll just test Wardy out.
Kettridge. Now that's a good kick. It's a tester for Lydon. He's up to it. Kept his eye on the ball. And Castleford back with 13 players on the field now. Steve Larder, the full-back, served his 10 minutes in the sin bin. Shelford. Iro. This Castleford tackling, a little bit more fiery now, a little bit more bite in it. Gregory to Marshall. Edwards looking to launch Hanley. Just couldn't get away. That was a crucial tackle there by Gary French. Edwards. Well, what's Steve Larder doing? I think he was wanting the touches to tell him that that ball was dead, Peter.
He certainly was very late, Ray, but he wasn't going to pick it up and risk having to run it out against these Wigan defenders again.
Sampson. Just 8 minutes left in this first half. Ketteridge. I think this is Cass's problem. These forwards are making ground, Peter, but they're not making sufficient ground to really threaten the Wigan try line, are they?
No, I think what's happening, Ray, they're making good individual puts, which they're very capable of doing.
Now then, Edwards holding it out to Preston. Perhaps the pass a little early. Betts. Sean Wayne. Gregory and Edwards again, combining well. A knock on. But I think it was a good job that Ian Bragger actually touched that ball. I think he wants to take it home with him. Certainly Castleford got the players in this side with backs like St John Ellis, Ian Bragger and Gary French to move the ball around, to test the best of sides. But I think one of the problems Darrell van der Velde was saying in midweek, Peter, they're losing the ball so much.
Yes, they are. The forwards are making these puts, Ray, as individuals, making headway, but usually Castleford have men backing up, and they make 2 or 3 good passes in short space. I think a man they're missing here as well is probably Graham Steadman, who is out with a fractured cheekbone, and he's the man that will be supporting these forwards.
Iro. Good switch to Lydon, to Hanley. Obviously a set move that. Hanley moved out there to that far right centre position. And the wing, David Marshall, coming in now to start play. And good play too. Obviously Gregory wanting to use the speed of Marshall. Good ball to Betts. Edwards did well to play that with his feet. Oh, that was magical rugby. To Preston, and that's pace, but no, he's not in. He looks disconsolate, but touch judge's flag up. But what skills we saw there, despite the fact of no try, the handling and the speed of movement. That was rugby league at its best.
Brilliant creative play by Wigan. Dennis Betts throws the ball away literally. Dribbled there by Edwards, who throws the ball literally. He must have seen Bell out of the corner of his eye. And that ball I thought was going out of touch. But this Preston, look at him. Speed and skill, but on this occasion, lad had got there and just got his foot out of touch.
Certainly, this lad Mark Preston really showing how good. But this was the real skill for me. Just look at Sean Edwards here, how he juggles with that ball, picks it up, the support, and then a despairing pass flicked onto the hand there. But look at the pace, and all credit to Ronnie Gibbs. Didn't he get across well? Looks as if the Wigan prop, Sean Wayne, perhaps a dead leg. There's a bit of trouble with his left leg there. I think substitute Keith Mills wants him off. And how the sides got there, Wigan, Doncaster, Widnes quite comfortably, and then met real problem with Leeds, 10-10, and then that replay, 8-0. Had a troubled season, Sean Wayne, only just recovered from a broken jaw, but a good prop coming on, good young prop, Ian Lucas, very powerful scrummager. And Castleford, well, really coasted through the first and second rounds, but a hard game with Sheffield Eagles, 18 points to 2. So Mr. Whitfield just waiting there. 14 points to 0 for Wigan. Coach John Moore will be very, very happy with this as he goes in for half-time. Ketteridge. Wigan only lost 2 matches in the First Division this season, and of course Castleford being one of the sides that beat them. Ketteridge. Oh, and that's bad. Oh, he just couldn't get away. Good recovery from Joe Lydon, and that's a penalty. Yes, good decision there from referee Whitfield. I think Joe Lydon knew that if Gary French could get up and play that ball, there were very, very few defenders back for Wigan. And really, sometimes, Peter, I think, you know, whether that is a professional foul that should be sin bin.
That is exactly a professional foul, Ray, and I think that he holds on to him here, look, does Lydon, and he keeps on, he pulls him down. Now that is a professional foul, and that man should have been sent for 10 minutes.
Well, he isn't, and Wigan still in the lead. 14 points to 0. But Castleford, can they get some points at last on this board? They've got 2 minutes in this first half. Joyner to Keith England, looking for that extra man that you were saying, Peter.
That's right, it's Graham Stedman's hole that's missing there. Graham would have been into those little gaps and racing his way around the Wigan defence. He would be one man that could open this Wigan defence up, probably. And the 6th tackle. To French, electing to kick. Oh, well taken by Marshall. And I'm sure Wigan will just play out these closing seconds in this first half with a couple of forward drives or the long Lydon kick. Well, Dean Bell once again to the action. Platt. Lucas. To Lydon. Always difficult for a lad like Anderson, who's a midfield player, to move out to the wing, Peter. It is. If he gets the ball, he can do no more than make good headway, but you know he's going to be tackled. He's not going to go round wingmen and centres out there and score scintillating tries.
Joyner. Kevin Ward. Always takes 2 or 3 to put this lad down. Joyner again. Coming more into the game now, this number 6, John Joyner, the Castleford skipper, and I think he really does have to direct this side. Now we're into injury time. This will have to be taken quickly by Steve Loudon. I think John Joyner knows that it's injury time. Well worth an attempt. Yes, I think under normal circumstances Castleford would have put that ball into the corner, but the hooter ready to blur out. Normally a very powerful goal kicker, this ex-Moorends amateur player from Doncaster. 33 goals this season. And not a difficult kick, but a slight breeze ahead of him, but not got the direction. So that's 2 misses for Ketteridge still. 14 points to 0 for Wigan. Hanley easing his way back into rugby league, only his 2nd match of the season, but a superb athlete. And once again the little general Gregory at half-back, sending the troops through. Shelford. And another tester for Larder. Oh, he lets it bounce again. Certainly tested this fullback, Steve Larder. He'll remember this opening 40 minutes, and this man, Joe Lydon. 3 goals from Lydon and a try from Betts. 14 points to 0 for Wigan, but I'm sure in this Castleford side, enough talent yet to make a great game of this. And Peter, I think Castleford still got the talent there.
They have got the strength there, Ray, but I think they've got a lack of creative players in the side, like Edwards and Gregory, Hanley for Wigan. They're competing with Joyner, and I don't think French is giving Joyner enough help. On
The winners to play Halifax in the final in 2 weeks' time. Second half coming up now. Peter Fox and Ray French.
I think, Peter, Castleford really have to stop losing possession as they have done to Wigan, haven't they? They've dropped that ball time and time again. But, and you know, a perfect example was that Dennis Betts try, wasn't it? When the ball was lost.
That's right. Castleford making errors there, and Larder had that ball in his hands almost. I think he was put off by the charging Wigan man, and here Betts just pushes out his hand, and down goes St John Ellis, and Betts dives over for an easy try for Wigan at that stage.
And I think possibly half-backs Gary French, John Joyner really have to continue to play a more prominent part than they have done. Certainly the scoring potential of Ian Bragger and St John Ellis in the three-quarter line, that's got to be released, hasn't it?
It has. These are lads that can score tries, but I don't think that French is backing up or supporting his forwards now. That is a half-back's duty, really, Ray. Big forwards going through and the half-back getting on the end and then setting the three-quarters alight. And Castleford haven't played their style of football, which they're very capable of doing.
I think it's a gamble with this little number 7, of course. He played an Alliance League match last night. He's been out with a fractured cheekbone for a month. Match fitness is a totally different thing, isn't it?
It is, and I think that Graham Southernwood has been playing very well as a replacement scrum half, and he's in fact a hooker, and I think that he might get a showing at some part in this game, and not very long into it either.
So Castleford 14 points down, everything to do. Well, Mr. Whitfield consulting the touch judge and ordering the scrum down. So Castleford attack and looking desperately to get points early in the second half, trailing 14 points to 0. Ward. Oh, very, very powerful run. Again, 3 men to pull him down. Castleford started off in good mood, the short ball to Joyner. But again, it's nice to see John Joyner now there directing the operations. French. That's a good kick. Now then, has he got it back? I think Mr. Whitfield thinks so too. Another 6 tackles. Obviously played by a Wigan player. Sampson. Joyner again. Irwin. Oh, John Joyner couldn't pass that ball. Kettridge had turned his back on him, was moving away. Ward again. That's a good dummy for Ward. He's lost it. No try. But certainly Kevin Ward, when he gets near this line, causing problems for the Wigan defence.
He is, and a big fella to stop, Ray. And watch here. I think he dummies with the ball, and Clark literally pulls the ball from his hands. He doesn't tackle him, and that's debatable then whether it's play on or not.
Well, penalty, so another 6 tackles for Castleford, feeding the ball. And straight into the action, Keith England. Well, I don't know what Darrell van der Velde has said to this Castleford side, but they certainly look much livelier. Kevin Beardmore. That's still on. No, knock on. Ron Gibbs, number 13, playing out very, very wide here in this Castleford side. And should be Wigan's heading ball. Andy Gregory to put that ball in the scrum. Dermot will be looking to get this ball, and he does. To Gregory. Very difficult lad to put down around the scrum. He's so small and yet he's so strong. Platt. Shelford. And Wigan finding no way through now. Suddenly the Castleford defence tightened up in the middle. Lucas. Oh, beautifully done by Lydon. And the high kick. And this time well taken by Larder. A very slight breeze now in Castleford's favour. Gibbs. But this Wigan defence moving in very, very quickly. As soon as the ball touches the ground, allowed to move in. Larder. Now then, Phil Clark. His first touch of the ball this half coming on for Mark Preston. Preston just a slight calf strain. John Mooney, the Wigan coach, rated very, very highly this Castleford pack in midweek. And certainly there looks a difference in the tackling at the moment from Castleford, Peter.
Yes, it's certain that Castleford now have been tightened up. They've had a word from the coach and they're now playing to a pattern again, a good plan, tackling the Wigan team. The thing is, they've got to do at this stage, Ray, because any more mistakes on Castleford's part and they're out of this game with a chance of winning it anyway.
I think Grant Anderson struggling really with that left leg. Looks to be carrying the leg, doesn't he?
Yes, he's got it heavily bandaged and it doesn't look very good for him. He certainly can't pivot on it and get some push off it to move past players.
That's a good kick from Ketteridge. 55 yards. No way round Ellis. Clark. Kevin Iro, rather. Edwards, that's a good switch. But still no way through this Castleford middle. Wigan penned down. I think it's significant that Gregory kicking there, and that's play on for Edwards. The kick, the chase. St John Ellis and Larder for Castleford to the rescue. And I think Larder was grateful just to grab hold of that ball. And a huge roar now behind Wigan. Tremendous army of fans following Wigan over the Pennines. That's a good ball. Again, another magnificent kick there from Gary French. Good tactical kicking here this afternoon. Marshall. And a good tackle by Braga. And that one kick relieved Castleford. Put the pressure on Wigan. Lucas. Hanley. Shelford. Well, there was no way through Ketteridge in England's tackle. Oh, that's a good ball to Betts. Now then, he's got Shaun Edwards racing alongside him. He's away. No problems at all. That's support play of the highest order from Shaun Edwards. His 15th try of the season and a century of tries in the Wigan colours. A career 100 tries for Shaun Edwards.
And here we see Wigan just about at the best, with Edwards eluding 2 tackles. Betts on a very, very strong run. And look at the players chasing him and getting nowhere near a second roll forward. Brilliant pass to Shaun Edwards, always in support, ready to make a try, ready to take a try. And there he is, taking another for himself.
And that's where good half-back should be. When the half break's made by the second row, the half-back should be alongside his back pocket. Edwards was, and it was a try. And Lydon just needing 2 points, he gets them. 20 points to 0 now for Wigan, and Joe Lydon here equaling the record number of points in a Regal Trophy semi-final. 14 points. And it was the Edwards try that gave him the chance to do that.
And there is a half-back, a stand-off half. A scrum half first, with Edwards' tenacity getting him through the tackle. But Edwards onto the ball quickly, as a stand-off should be. Very quick, very skillful, very speedy. Evades his tackles when he has to do, and scores tries regularly.
So Wigan now in complete control, 20 points to 0. And I think as well, Peter, one of the aspects of Wigan's play this season is their defence, isn't it?
There's no question, since John Money come, their defence has tightened up tremendously. They've got a system. Every man that comes into the team tackles as well, Ray. And you share the tackling out. Everybody's tackling. And that's the sign of good team play.
Dermot. Good play from the acting half-back position by this lively Wigan hooker. Lydon. Just 11 minutes gone in this second half. Now then, who's going to take this ball for Cass? Now that is an interesting decision. Robin Whitfield judging that Dean Bell was offside, but I think Ellery Hanley's saying to Robin, was he not played on by the defender who ran up?
Yes. Well, in fact, it's a good rule, is this. Because Lydon, although Lydon comes up, he does not play Bell onside. Bell has to be outside the 5 yards mark, and is within 5 yards of the ball range, so referee Whitfield was definitely correct.
Sampson. Castleford still battling with this pack. Sampson, Ward, Ketteridge in England, getting through a lot of work, but sadly no points. Sampson. That's a good tackle. Superb tackle there from young Martin Dermot. Beardmore. And another lost ball.
Yeah, Beef England's done a tremendous amount of tackling, Ray, into that ruck. But they're dropping a ball, probably get a bit of tiredness setting in with them.
Platt. And Graham Southernwood, normally a scrum half, looking to be coming on. It looks like the number 9. It could be Kevin Beardmore. I think Castleford really need some backs on this field, don't they? They need some inspiration, Peter.
Well, Southernwood, in fact, is a hooker, Ray, but he has played scrum half as well, so it looks like he's coming on for Beardmore, and he'll make some room around the play the ball area.
Yep. And he was down to play scrum half this morning, wasn't he? So, Ketteridge. Obviously, the Castleford coach looking to increase his options in midfield. Irwin to Joyner. Kevin Beardmore. French again, the long ball. Still Castleford plugging away, not giving up. French, Braga. Touch. And I think Grant Anderson saying to the touch judge that the ball hit the Wigan player as it went in. And number 15, Graham Southernwood. Hooker comes scrum half, only a youngster, to come on the field for Kevin Beardmore, the Great Britain hooker. Very versatile young lad. Just 15 minutes gone now in this second half. 20 points to 0 to Wigan. Halifax, of course, already through to this final here in 2 weeks' time, beating St Helens in the semi-final. Oh, good ball to Edwards again. Here he comes, racing away. He's got Bell inside him. Oh, well, a little bit too clever, I think. All that it wanted was a normal pass, and Sean Edwards decided the little back flick. And the pass, I think, got what it deserved. A brilliant player, but perhaps a little too clever that time. Sampson. And dare we say it again, Peter? More lost possession.
It must be the Castleford disease this afternoon, because they've thrown and lost more balls, Ray, than they normally would.
Betts, a fine prospect, this lad. I'm sure Great Britain coach Mal Reilly will be looking at him for the New Zealand tour. And he'll certainly be looking at this man to see if he can regain full fitness in the next few weeks. Should be Castleford's head and ball. Gary French to feed the scrum. Joyner taking on Sean Edwards, but good tackle from Phil Clark. These Wigan defenders driving up very, very quick. Very rarely is this first line of this Wigan defence beaten. Joyner. Now then, Kevin Ward to Larder. Will he score? I think he will. That's a good try. Good combination there, and significantly it was skipper John Joyner who started the move. Kevin Ward, what a game he's had in the second row. And consolation there for Steve Larder's disaster in the first half. A try for this Australian fullback.
And for Castleford here, the inspirations have been waiting for. Brilliant move by John Joyner, who pushes his way through 2 tackles, a one-arm pass, no supporting him. Big Kevin Warren inside. Larder, the man, been disappointing in defence, but again scores another brilliant try for Castleford.
And just a little problem, knee problem there for Kevin Ward, but what a fine game he's had in the second row. Normally, as we said, the cornerstone of the Great Britain and Castleford packs that brought forward, but really running with the speed of a second row, Peter.
Well, Kevin's always had the pace, Ray, and when you've got players that can play in the front row, when you've got speed, you can tackle, you've got the strength and a bit of handling ability like Kevin, you can play him certainly in the second row.
Yes, a game competitor. And should be a comfortable kick for Larder. 26 years of age, this lad. Castleford signed him from the Illawarra Steelers Club in New South Wales, Australia. It's 2 points, so at last Castleford, some points on the board, 20 points to 6. But still Wigan commanding the game.
The Castleford try created by John Joyner, the veteran player for Castleford, and skipper, who gets the inspiration going at last to kick big Kevin Ward, and Larder there, no slouch when he sees the try line. There he goes, diving under the post.
So 20 minutes to go, just 14 points difference. Can Castleford come back? Bragger, £65,000 buy from Salford earlier in the season. Southernwood. And I think this is possibly why the Castleford coach has brought this lad on, to make a little bit more play in the centre of the field. Ketteridge again. Missed the league matches over Christmas with a bout of flu. Oh, there's Dean Bell. He's got Hanley alongside him. Will Hanley celebrate the honours list with a try? No, it's Marshall instead. Clever switch of the play. He used Ellery Hanley as a foil. The cast defenders roared across there. Yes, and I think Hanley's saying, look, why didn't you give me the ball? But credit there to that Wigan wing, David Marshall, his 4th try of the season. Came up alongside, came inside, and he grabbed the try. Perfect reply from that man there, Dean Bell.
Here again, another run around there from Edwards, and there goes Bell on a clear burst for the line. He's showing a clean pair here to the defenders. He's got Ellery there. He doesn't give Ellery it. He turns the ball back inside to Marshall, who goes onto the ground here, and he bounces and dives over from his knees, really. About 3 yards he dived there.
So another kick for Joe Lydon. Oh, hit the post. So Wigan still 24 points to 6.
Edwards there on a run around. Bell comes round him, bursts through Kevin Ward's tackle, and he sets off for the try line now. Look at that strike, striding away from the defenders. Elrin is outside, serves a dummy there to Elrin, gives a chance to the young wingman coming inside, who bounces over the line. What a try that was.
A lot of determination there in David Marshall's try. Had to set some score in that. And Wigan, when they open this ball out, when they move the ball to the centres and the wings, reveal a different speed to Castleford. Clark. Neil Roebuck, the ex-Bradford Northern forward, coming on here now for Martin Ketteridge. And I think the Castleford coach, realising one or two of his players are tiring. And Wigan look to be getting fresher, Peter.
Yes, and if Clark had picked that ball up, Ray, he got Toman alongside him that had certainly gone under the post. But in kicking on, he's given Castleford possession, but only in their own 25 area.
Roebuck played a prominent part with Bradford Northern in the Yorkshire Cup rounds earlier in the season. And the other substitute, Graham Southernwood. Iro again. Very powerful, very big lad for the centre. Still just 22 years of age. 15 minutes to go, and I'm sure Wigan will be looking to increase this 24 points to 6 lead. Thorough professionals here at Central Park. Lucas. That's a good ball. Bell again. This is good rugby now from Wigan, moving it. Well, they were until Ronnie Gibbs got hold of Andy Gregory. Usually a second row, this number 13. Quite a few times this season, Castleford played John Joyner there at loose forward. Wigan's feed. Mr. Whitfield not very happy with that scrum. Wants the two packs coming in straight. Wigan ball. Bell. Oh, Lydon wasn't expecting it. And for a change, Peter, Wigan knock on.
Yes, they lost the ball and Castleford take advantage. The unusual thing at that scrum, Ray, that Wigan had all the backs but one winger on the left of the pack. That means they shoved Elry way over and had all the strength on one side.
Good run there by the prop forward, Dean Sampson. Showed a fine turn of pace, this number 8. Castleford now moving this ball. That's good play. Irwin to Ronnie Gibbs. Couldn't get the ball away. Well, he did. But it's Wigan's ball. Lucas. Oh, he's missed it. It's Sean Edwards. But well saved there by Ian Bragger. To Anderson. Certainly Wigan still trying to score, not happy with this lead. Good catch by Lydon. And good tackle by Keith England. Gregory. Well, that'll be a penalty. No doubt about that. Stealing the ball. Once the tackle had been made, referee Mr. Whitfield had cried held. So, a kick to touch from Joe Lydon. A record £250,000 prize money has been at stake here this season in this competition. And of course, Wigan will be wanting to get into that final to try to claim the £28,000 for the winners. Betts. Oh, that's a good run. He's got speed as well as power, this lad. And that was well taken by Hooker. Brilliant catch there by Dermot. And Edwards loses it. St. John Ellis taking a little pressure off the Castleford line. Still Wigan though well in control. 24 points to 6. Ten minutes to go. That must be a Wigan ball. It is. Clark to Hanley. He's got Gibbs on the... Oh, what a pass from Hanley. I don't think he saw Grant Anderson, Peter.
I actually think he held the ball too long, Ray, and was trying to make it a perfect try, but he got too close to Anderson there. And taking credit for Anderson there, he did well because it was a certain try.
Certainly good rugby here now as both sides abandoning any caution. Castleford, of course, have got to throw this ball about. And Wigan look hungry for points. John Joyner. Keith England on the wing. Back to Joyner. And Gregory, I think, knocked it out of his hand. Well, Gregory just, I think, inquiring about the health of that touch judge. But the touch judge was right on the spot. He adjudged that Gregory pushed him out of the way. And he's still having a natter, isn't he? He won't leave it alone. So, Castleford. Kevin Ward. And yet another penalty for stealing the ball. Once the referee has shouted held, you can't steal the ball. And Castleford, no point going for goal. They must go for tries. French. Bragger. That's a good run. And that's play on, yes. It was a Wigan man, Martin Dermot, knocked that ball down. So, good finale here from Castleford. Good ball from Joyner to St. John Ellis. Yes, I think he's in at the corner. That was the long pass again from John Joyner to St John Ellis. We said a very good bye for £30,000 from York, and that was determination, and it is determination from this Castleford side.
And Castleford getting the ball back there, fortunate for another 6 tackles, and John Joyner again. A superb pass to St John Ellis, and this kid had everything to do at this stage, and he did it, and didn't he do it well? Now, did he drop the ball? But he got it down well, and referee Whitfield on the spot there allows the try.
Yes, a lot of determination there. Strong lad, strong upper body strength there to force his way beneath that Joe Lydon tackle.
Again, John Joyner's magic here. A very long pass, and this was a risky pass, but there's no Wigan man there. St John Ellis is. A sidestep, inside, 2 tackles, ducks his head, and dives over the try line. Very good wingman's try there in a tight situation.
And a difficult kick. No real thrust behind it, so just 24-10 now for Wigan. And Wigan and Castleford just 6 minutes left in this semi-final. Already Halifax sitting back, relaxing. They know that they're here in 2 weeks' time.
And certainly Halifax will have plenty of film to look at, Ray, to look at the strength of this fine Wigan side, and they'll have to contain all these generals in midfield, the Edwards, the Gregory, Hanleys, and certainly have to watch these key players.
Oh, that's disaster. Disaster there from Ronnie Gibbs. Well, he hangs his head in shame. When you're down, you're down. And I think one or two of the Wigan crowd were wanting an offside, Peter, there, but Mr. Whitfield adjudged the knock-on.
Yes, he did, because that was the first offence, Ray. The drop ball was a knock-on.
So, Wigan in possession. Hanley. Can he do one of his siding runs? No. But I think enjoying himself. And Clark loses it. St John Ellis loses it. Both these sides now, of course. Castleford realising they've got to score. Wigan eager to score, just throwing the ball around anywhere now. Perhaps putting in one or two passes that they wouldn't normally put in. Just 4 minutes left. Castleford, perhaps too much to do now. But that's a good ball again to Sampson. St John Ellis. That's a penalty. And 10 minutes for Joe Lydon. Ten minutes into the sin bin for Joe Lydon. And I don't think we'll see Mr. Lydon then again for the rest of this match.
Sampson, a good break here for Castleford, out of his own 25, racing away. He's looking for support and he finds it. St John Ellis. St John Ellis has done something with the ball. He's faced with defenders. He kicks and Lydon obstructs him again. And that's the second professional foul Lydon's committed. This time he's punished for it.
And again, a good firm decision from Mr. Whitfield. But Castleford coming back. They may not have had the pace of this Wigan side, but they've certainly not lacked the commitment. Roebuck. Oh, that's a good ball. Well taken by Betts. Shelford. To Dermott. the dummy kick. Just 2 minutes left. Wigan now, I think, going through the motions. Andy Gregory certainly not gone through the motions this afternoon. A bad knock on, he didn't like that, but the man of the match here at Headingley, this little number 7, distributed the ball immaculately about this pitch, but took his eye momentarily off that one. French. Did well there, St John Ellis. To Larder. Joyner again, that's a good ball. Joyner to Ward. Oh, he just couldn't take it. Youngster Sean Irwin. All credit to him for being up there, but he just couldn't take the pass. In fact, there were too many queuing up for the ball, Peter.
There were, and I think Irwin wasn't the man it was intended for. If the ball had floated further yard out, then Joyner and company would have taken charge of the ball and perhaps scored another try.
So Wigan were the red-hot favourites to progress to the final. And it'll be Wigan's 5th appearance in the final in this record-breaking 80s for them. I'm sure Wigan, Peter, have shown that they really mean business in this Regal Trophy, don't they?
They're a very professional outfit, Ray. They've got all the skills and abilities in each player for the positions. They work together. The defence is tremendous with 2 and 3 men nearly in every tackle. And it's going to be a very good side that topples them.
Gregory. Can he get it away to the wings? Oh, he does to Marshall. Just not quite got the pace there on Braga. Into injury time now. And these players in the sherry and white hoops of Wigan know full well, I think, where they are now in the final. But I'm sure Halifax will have plenty to say about that match. And Ellery Hanley just having a word with Mr. Whitfield, I think, as a captain is able to do. Ian Braga obviously incurred his displeasure. Well into injury time now. One last chance for Wigan to increase that score. Dermot to Lucas. Time finally ran out on Castleford. A brave, gritty performance, but just lacking those midfield generals, Edwards and Gregory at halfback. And I think Castleford missing Graham Stedman, their regular standoff. But the 4th appearance in a final in 5 years for Wigan. And there is the hooter. It should be a good final. Halifax and Wigan here at Headingley in a couple of weeks' time. Wigan 24 and Castleford 10.